Hi everyone, I'm going to show you how to do your Matisse homework in some simple steps. You can take it to the next level and make it more complex. This is just to get you started. First of all, I'm going to have a look at the example from Matisse that we already have, and I'm going to break it down into its separate elements. So I can see that there's something in the background that's kind of this pink colour, and it looks like it has quite rough edges. So if I make something that I could possibly tear the edges instead. I can then also see I've got some leaf shapes here that all seem to be the same, or maybe slightly different sizes or different colours. Then I have a different leaf, or maybe a younger leaf. And then there's another leaf here that's in orange that's on the top. I've got some patterns as well, so it looks like these patterns have come from these holes in the leaves. So the leaf holes make up a repeated pattern. And then over here the same thing. And then there's also these dots as well. They could also be the leaf holes. And they might be just another pattern that's come from the object. And then there are these wavy lines as well. They look like they're very thin lines. So that's our inspiration broken down into sections. Now I've chosen my plant that I'm going to use, and I'm going to break this down into different shapes that I can repeat. So the first shape is this kind of wobbly lined leaf here. Now I know that I can probably use this by repeating it in different ways. There's also a leaf shape that I quite like here. It looks like an almond shape. I also like this shape of the leaf down here as well. And if I choose just one more, it kind of looks like a much more simple leaf, just part of it over there. And I could also use some of the negative space in that as well, so I might pick out this shape. And I might also pick out some of the pot that it's in as well. So if I take this out of my plastic wallet, I can now see these are the shapes that I'm going to be cutting out of different colours of paper. Okay, so now you can see that I've cut out those shapes. I've done it out of different colours, and I've done them in different sizes. I've kind of thought about it while I was doing it and thought about where I want each shape to go, but I still don't really know where they're going to fit yet. I've also kept back some of the more interesting negative space shapes that I've created as well, so I can use those in my artwork. If you want to cut out multiple shapes all at the same time, I'll show you how to do that now. So you can see this little almond shape over here. If I concertina fold my paper up, and then you can either draw it or cut it out. I'll just cut out that shape that I want. And then I've created more than one all at the same time. So this might be the patterning that I have on the top, on the very top surface. Now I have all the pieces that I need. You might be cutting out more than this. I'm going to start to place them and see what they look like. So I'm going to go for the biggest ones in the background, and I'm kind of making it look a little bit like my plant, all kind of flowing out from the same point. You're going to turn things around, try them in different places, see which one's best. So this is my final piece. I've made a few changes from when I was laying it out. I decided that I didn't like that harsh edge that was the rectangle that I cut from, so I curved it round following the inside curve from the negative space. I also added these onto the top, so this was using the wavy line around the edge, and then I just repeated it a few times to create more of a pattern. I think if I would change anything, I'm not totally keen on the white background, especially in this area, and I don't really like how this has such harsh edges around the outside edge as well. I think I would probably try and hide it underneath another one, or I might think about curving those edges as well so that it's more in keeping with the rest of the piece. But please just use this as a starting point. You guys get to explore this on your own, and you can choose any plant that you want to. Please do include a photocopy or a printout of it in your book so that we can see where you're being inspired from. Have fun!